This story tells of a king who sent his son to study in a temple of a great master, with the aim of preparing him to be a great person and to become the next king of his people. When the prince arrived at the temple, the master sent him alone to a forest. He was to return a year later, tasked with describing all the sounds of the forest. When the prince returned to the temple after a year, the master asked him to describe all the sounds he could hear. Then said the prince, "Master, I could hear the song of the birds, the noise of the leaves, the uproar of the hummingbirds, the breeze hitting the grass, the hum of the bees, the noise of the wind cutting through the skies." And at the end of his account, the master asked the prince to return to the forest, to hear everything else that was possible. Although intrigued, the prince obeyed the master's order, thinking, "I don't understand, I've already distinguished all the sounds of the forest." For days and nights he was alone listening. But he could not distinguish anything new beyond what he had said to the master. But one morning he began to distinguish vague sounds, unlike anything he had heard before. And the more he paid attention, the clearer the sounds became. A sense of enchantment washed over the boy. Thought, "Those must be the sounds Master wanted me to hear." And without haste, he stood there listening, patiently. I wanted to make sure I was on the right track. When he returned to the temple, the master asked him what else he had been able to hear. Patiently and respectfully the prince said, "Master, when I paid attention I could hear the inaudible sound of flowers opening, the sound of the sun rising and warming the earth and the grass drinking the dew of the night." The master looked at the prince with pride and said, "You have learned well, my son." His journey taught him the power of patience, the beauty of silence, and the importance of listening with the heart. Those are the qualities of a true leader. The prince smiled, knowing that his time in the forest not only opened his ears to the world around him, but also opened his heart to the people he would one day lead. With gratitude, he bowed to the master and said, "Thank you, master. I will always take those lessons with me." And so, the prince left the temple with a new understanding of what it really means to be a great person and a great leader. To hear the inaudible is to have the calm necessary to become a great person. Only when one learns to listen to people's hearts, their mute feelings, their unconfessed fears, and their silent grievances, can a person inspire confidence around him, understand what is wrong and meet the real needs of each one. Thank you very much for watching us. Subscribe to the channel, share and leave your like and help us create more content to motivate your day.